That's the key words, guys, trying to stay warm, and that's exactly what thousands of people were doing yesterday when we were walking around here at Super Bowl Live on Nicollet Avenue. So a lot of people were telling me they're wearing layers, they're wearing snow pants, they're wearing face masks, 2 hats for some people, but the host committee has really prepared for these cold temps. So what does it take to stay warm when you're out here enjoying yourselves?
Every single piece of clothing you own.
And a lot of fun people to sit next to.
Yeah, we had a lot of people joining us here on the warming bench. So where are you guys all from?
We are from Wyzetta.
Okay. Cool. And so how long have you guys been out here today?
About an hour and a half to 2 hours. Yeah.
Wow. What's been your favorite thing you've seen so far?
Probably the big dome over there.
Where you took your picture inside of that? Yeah. Now this is something unique because this is actually what they use out on the football field. So this is what players, sometimes when you're seeing them sitting on the bench, you think they're lazy. That's not quite the case. They're probably cold.
They're warming up. Yeah.
So what's been your guys' favorite things? I know you said you've walked up and down Nicollet Mall. What's been some of your favorites?
We were super excited to see the Birkebeiner Bridge that they brought down from Hayward and the skiers, and they were doing some skijoring this afternoon, which is super awesome.
Yeah.
And explain what skijoring is for some people.
That is where you ski with your dog on cross-country skis.
And your favorite things?
Celebrating Claire's birthday down here at the Nicollet Mall.
Any advice for people out of town coming to Minnesota for the Super Bowl?
Hats, gloves, and boots.
Hats, gloves, and boots. And of course, try to find that warm spot to sit. Are you guys getting warm out here?
Yeah, it's nice and toasty over here.
Yeah, it is toasty. Now, they have these heat benches that we were talking about with some heat lamps above people. That's where a lot of people had been stopping to get warmed up. But the host committee all up and down this 6-block radius has had they've had some heat lamps. They've also had some different stores that you can duck into to get warm. And guys, they've even been handing out free hand warmers for everyone, which I've definitely made use of this morning.
It's part of the experience.
That's right.
Good stuff, Kristi Larson. You're tough. It's probably not even cold to you. We'll check in with you again soon.
Well, good morning, guys. Of course, a lot of people have been excited to see not only ice sculptures like behind me, but also go and stand inside of snow globes shaped like footballs. But some of the things that they were seeing left them scratching their heads. Like, what is skijoring?
Skijoring is basically skiing behind your dog, and they're pulling you, but you're actually a team working together. And so not only is he pulling, ideally you want to be skiing with him and be as efficient as possible so you guys can do your thing, go train, go get a workout, and the dogs love it.
And you have Guinness here. Is this who you're usually racing with? Because you have quite a bit of experience.
Yeah, I got him a couple years ago. He's my main dog now that I've been racing. And he came from Norway. I actually went to Norway to get him from the #1 breeder in the world.
Wow.
And so he's got a good pedigree.
And let's talk about this team. So Dallas, you guys have been on Team USA. So let's talk about that team.
Well, you go through a selection process during the year of how you compete in races, and then the organizing body selects a team that goes to the World Championships, and there's one in the summer and that for what they call dry land, and then another one in the winter. Happens every other year, and we alternate between North America and Europe.
And so let's introduce people to your dog too.
Well, this is Comet. Comet's from Alaska. That's her line of dogs, and she spends most of her time as a family dog. Actually, she's mostly pointer. We call them a Eurohound, but they're the sled dogs, and they're all bred differently for different uses. But they're all for sled dog pulling.
Now I have to ask, since you said that this is a house dog, now could anyone at home watching train their dog to be a skijoring dog?
Yes, the best thing is if your dog likes to pull on the leash and doesn't want to stand next to you, that's a skijor dog. And that dog's saying, I want to go run. So get it a proper harness so it pulls from the shoulders rather than neck. And you can get a bungee harness. My son goes out longboarding on the bike path with this dog, and I go skiing. I go running with her in the summer. It's, she's just just like any hunting dog, likes to be in the house and hang out with you, except instead of retrieving birds, she likes to run.
Yeah, and pull you along. Well, here's what people have to do is they'll have to train their own dogs and then make it become a more popular sport. And of course, guys, there's so many different things that are happening, and things are also changing. So on that hill, they not only had the ski joring happening, but then afterwards they had some bikes with fat tires on them. People were riding up and down the hills. The other day they had people tubing down them, where people walking around here on Nicollet could actually go and tube down them. And again, it's something so fun to see, something you might not even have known about. And Kyle, I don't know if Fred could do ski joring.
Based on the explanation of having a dog that likes to just pull on the leash, Fred could totally do ski joring.
Sounds like a great sport for naughty dogs. Good stuff. Kristi Larson reporting live for us from the Twin Cities. Thank you.
Okay, you guys, I've done so many brave things on this show, and this is the closest I've ever been to a spider without trying to kill it. And so Sally's here with us, and you have a tarantula on you.
I do. Okay. I have Rosie, who is our Chilean rose-haired tarantula. She's one of the animals that we bring out, to schools, nursing homes, things like that. And I'm just calling her my Christmas spider this year. I've been bringing her out on holiday nights to give kids a nice up-close experience with an animal that a lot of us find a little bit frightening, but they're actually, when you get to know them, they're pretty amazing.
Yep, amazing or scary. They're still scary to some people, but talk about what some of the things are that kids learn about this animal here.
Yeah, so the first thing I always like to talk about when I bring out the tarantulas is to start to reduce the fear a little bit. I think people are afraid of things that have too many legs or no legs, so we talk about that a little bit. We talk about their eyesight. If you look on the way front, I don't know if you can catch it with a camera, but she has 8 little tiny eyeballs right there in the center of her head popping off the top. And we do like to talk about the fact that, she's not going to hurt you. Tarantulas are all venomous, but of course, this species it's not going to hurt people. If she were to bite, it would be a little bit of a sting. What we want to look out for more so is the hairs. A lot of people have allergies to tarantulas' hairs, and also if they get frightened, they're going to try to toss hair in the eyes. Wow. But yeah, and this Rosie here is actually 20 years old, which is pretty amazing when you think about that. They say they can live up to 20 years, but of course, at a zoo with a vet and animal staff, they can live for quite a while.
And this is just one example of some of the animals that you guys have out at your holiday nights. So again, let's remind people why they should come out. And maybe you could skip the tarantula part if that's up to you.
That's right. You can skip the tarantula. We have Aragon, our horse, and he's got these adorable lights that we bring him out with. So if you're more into mammals, you can see those too. But it's 6 to 9 every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's absolutely charming. The zoo is lit up. There's free carousel rides. We have our zookeepers out. We have our Elf the Shelf, the prize hunt. There's just something like every night, something different.
Yeah, something for the whole family to enjoy. So maybe if you don't enjoy spiders, like some people, then you'll find something else that you will have fun with. But you guys, I'm so proud of myself. This is as close as I can get.
I feel like she's standing like she could just sprint off the other way any minute.
She wins my bravery award because I'm having anxiety just seeing her that close to the spider this morning.
It's moving.
Oh, I'm not a fan either. Kristi Larson reporting live for us. Thank you.
Well, good morning, guys. I found a few more friends to wake up early with me. So first of all, Derek, why don't we introduce people to who this is that you have right here?
This is Izzy, one of our ponies out here. We do pony rides every time during the Fall Festival.
And Sari, let's talk about how fun the pony rides are. What are those? Yeah, aren't they fun? What are those kids saying when they get to go and ride those horses? Because they're actually sizable for them so that they don't feel like they're too big.
Right. Their eyes light up. They smile. It is a fun experience for everybody.
And of course, because they're ponies, that means the adults can't ride them. So Derek, you guys have a new solution for that.
Right. We have these great pony hops. So with the pony hops, the whole family can ride those.
And so we have the pony hops right over here next to us, and we have a whole bunch of people lined up to help us. So we have, obviously, the cat who wants to ride one of the ponies, but we have Wyatt, Hope, Lexi, Maddie, Claire, and Maddie. I memorized all of those names for you guys this morning, and we're actually going to do a race, but this is what's fun, is that the parents get to kind of enjoy themselves and be a kid again.
Right.
Yeah. And let's just remind people what else you guys have going on before we race here at the Fall Festival.
Oh, there's a ton of attractions. We've got nature hikes and golf, big straw bales. There's a variety of ways to see the horses through carriage rides, pony rides, and just petting them.
And let's remind people now where you guys are located, because you're still Dakota Carriage Company, but also this is the Rusty K Ranch where everything's going to be happening.
Right. This is our home ranch, and we're located down by Davenport.
Yeah. And so, guys, off to the races I go. I named my horse Petunia. I have to say, though, I did take a fall earlier when I was on it, but hopefully it will go okay. Here we go. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Go.
Why do I feel?
Oh,
she
we were
almost
so
took
close to the face plant. We were so close to the face plant.
I come back with a black eye. Oh, now she's getting a little cocky there with me.
It does kind of look like fun, though.
It does actually look like a lot of
Valley
fun.
Today race. I'm pretty sure
Could she bring a couple of those back and we could do it around the
She's raising her
studio?
arm in the air, but I'm going to go with cheating because she didn't see her on camera. I'm saying Kristi stood up and just walked. Anything to beat the 7-year-olds.
Well, there. She's a good sport, though, giving high fives to everyone. Kristi Larson reporting live for us. She's a winner in our book.
Good morning, guys. We brought out another animal for you just so you can see some of the different ones that the kids can interact with. And so, Sally, let's introduce people to this chinchilla.
Yeah, so I brought out something creepy and crawly earlier, and I promised you something soft. And you can't get much softer than a chinchilla. If you feel that hair or that fur, it's absolutely amazing. Now, these guys are from South America, from the Andes, and they're actually crepuscular. And I always like to talk about things like that because people talk about nocturnal and diurnal animals, but these guys are crepuscular, so they're awake like in the twilight hours, morning and night. So this is a great time to come out and meet ghosts here. These guys, because of their fur, they were really overhunted in the 1800s to the point where it's actually quite rare to find them in the wild.
Okay.
People will have them as pets that have been bred in captivity. Of course, they take a lot of care, but in the wild, it's getting more and more rare to find them. So these guys give us an opportunity to talk about conservation, to talk about mammals, all sorts of things like that.
Yeah, and you said, too, because of their soft fur, when they get a bath, it's not quite like the baths we take.
Yes, exactly. Especially thinking at Christmas time, I think of like movies like the Gremlins. You definitely don't want to get these guys wet, just like a gremlin, because they can get fungus on their fur because their fur is so dense, and they can actually get skin infections. So instead, they take dust baths. So I thought we could try it out and see if Ghost here.
Let's see if Ghost is ready for a bath. So all you do is you put him in a little dust bowl, and then
a little dust bowl.
he might.
Oh, there you go. He's going to start.
Just a little bit.
Maybe. Once they get going, he'll really roll. And they do this instinctively. This is how they clean themselves. Get the whoop.
Don't jump out. I was nervous about the tarantula jumping out, and I'm a little nervous about you jumping out too. But again, let's remind people the holiday nights. It's going to be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. Stay in there, Ghost. Come on now.
Good.
And you can come with the kids. You can bring them out. It's going to be from 6 until 9. And guys, how fun to see some different animals out there and see them in person instead of just behind the glass.
Yeah, good stuff. Something different to do with the family during the holiday season as well. Thank you, Kristi.